Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Ray. I'm marketing specialist in J&R Apparel.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Julian from HR department.
Nice to meet you.
Take
Thank
a
you very
seat,
much.
please. We've also got a bottle of water there, so help yourself.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so we're just going to be running through questions just regarding on the job position that you applied for.
Yep.
So could you tell us, according to your CV we looked at, you were related to a marketing job before. Can you tell us about that?
Oh yes, certainly. I previously worked as a marketing director working for H&M, a clothing company, and we just ran campaigns during the seasons, and I have a vast variety of knowledge on marketing and working as a project, working as a team to deliver great customer satisfaction. So yeah, I have vast experience in this field.
Okay, so you mentioned that you've worked as a marketing director.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how you've handled a group of team?
Certainly, we were allocated into groups of teams, and we had to delegate certain works. So we had to delegate the market research. We had to delegate the type of the budget. So we had to communicate with the team, and we all had to come on one idea of delivering great customer satisfaction and value. So yeah, it all worked within the value depending on the needs of the customers. So yeah, certainly I have.
Okay, perfect.
And why did you choose to apply for our company?
Well, realizing that your company is a clothing company, I have had previous experiences working, like I stated, for H&M. They're a clothing company, a retail clothing company. I've worked with them on several campaigns, and also from my own personal life, I do go to London Fashion Week, which is basically a fashion show which features clothes and different brands of clothing. So I'm always aware of trends in the market. So yeah.
Okay. So in terms of your communication, how do you talk to your team? How's your communication skills with the team?
Well, there's verbal communication, and there's different forms of communication. We live in a technological era, so I use all forms of communication, from social media to personal communication. But when I'm working in a project, normally we try to utilize as many communication platforms as possible. We use phones, we use emails, we use so many different forms to communicate with the team. The aim of communication was that we wanted everyone to be on the same level, everyone to understand, and we always wanted no one to be behind our heads. So we like to work as a team to make everything clear for every single person, so they know which direction we are heading to. Yeah.
Okay, and just to also expand on that, have you done any presentation?
Oh yes, certainly. Presentations, I've had to deliver presentations to clients for new brands that are to be made, and I've had to influence these clients to make this product happen. But I can only make it happen if I have the resources and the capabilities and the right team to work with to make these possibilities happen.
Okay. Thank you very much.
In terms of skill and ability, can you give us an example of a project that you have been assigned to, and how did you organize it?
Well, I've been assigned on making a brand, a shoe brand once, and I've had to influence the company to make a shoe brand for customers. The company was called PHO. We had to deliver different type of shoe brands to different customers, and it wasn't an easy job. But the main thing was that we realized the specific needs of customers and what they wanted in the product. So this allowed us to make the product very useful and wanted by customers.
So as a marketing director previously, you've mentioned that you've worked on a lot of campaigns. Can you tell us more about the campaigns that you did in the past?
In the past, certainly with H&M, we have had to make different clothing campaigns depending on the season, because during winter it gets quite cold, so we may have to produce coats, whereas in summer we may have to create lighter clothing. So it all depends on the customer's needs and wants. So the campaigns will run through seasonal, through the seasons, and we had to adapt depending on the trends in the market, depending on the certain needs of the customers and the wants. And yeah, we had to work as a team. I had to work with the chief executive, who was higher than me. I had to confirm anything that I wanted to happen. So yeah.
Okay. And can you tell us a difficult situation within that campaign that you, as a team, found difficult to achieve?
Well, the difficult situation we had to overcome was that the brand wasn't really what the customer wanted. So what we had to do is that we had to quickly conduct market research to realize the specific needs of the customers in relation to the type of shoe they wanted, because there was other competitors out there who were making much more desired products for the customers. So we had to adapt to this. I think the key here is that we adapted, we realized the threat, and we dealt with the threat as soon as possible. So yeah, this gave us time to change the product.
Okay, thank you very much.
In terms of IT, do you have relevant IT experience?
Oh yes, certainly. When I was in university, I studied a information systems degree, and this enabled me to broaden my knowledge on information systems and IT. And I realized that every company needs information systems, because you need to know about your competitors, you need to know about the environment, you need to know about several factors such as economic and political. So keeping this information really helps the customer, it really helps the companies realize any threats, opportunities, and therefore working on it to improve the company performance. Yeah.
Okay. So, assuming that you work for us as a company, as a marketing specialist, what kind of strategy would you use to promote latest fashion trends?
Well, I will utilize the 4 P's of marketing, which is the promotion side. There are different forms of promotion. There's advertising, there's personal promotions using email, direct promotions. So yeah, we have several forms of promotion we can use, depending on, because the company needs, I can specify to that, especially to improve the awareness of a product for customers, and also not only raising awareness, we want to keep the customers. We want to improve, I would improve the image of your company to the customers.
Speaking of customers, how would you make the customers satisfied and happy?
Well, first of all, I would conduct focus groups. I would like to speak to customers to realize what they specifically want. I want one-on-one with the customers. I will take a sample of the customers and talk to them and find out their needs in relation to the product. So this way, you know exactly what your customers want, and this way we can achieve superior value for both the customers and for the company, and make an eventual profit.
Great. Okay. Have you ever used social media to promote a product? If so, tell us about it.
Oh yes, certainly. When I was studying in uni, we were given certain projects, and I had to promote a bag, which was called the Epic Bag Challenge, which was part of the South Bank values. And we had to use social media, and depending on how many likes or views we gained, we were given high scores. So it was a real, real use of social media. And eventually I gained 2,000 plus likes, which was quite high. This was because I basically, communicated to different audiences, not just the ones that not just the specific customers that I wanted, or audiences that I wanted, but I reached out to different audiences, making them aware of such a product.
Okay. So, you mentioned something about using social media in one of your campaigns.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most effective social media platform that we could use in J&R Apparel?
I think there's so many effective platforms, but using all of them, I wouldn't say, for me, can be effective at times, because if you want to gain a certain customer, you want to target them where they specifically use that social media. So for example, YouTube, if your target customers use YouTube, there is no need to gain your customers from other sources of social media like Twitter. It's just using the right social media where your specific customers are based to reach out and gain customers.
Okay.
Okay. In order to understand consumer requirements, how do you keep up with the latest fashion trends?
Like I previously stated, that I go to London Fashion Week, and this allows me to realize any trends in the market. And also I conduct quite a lot of research. I work with different marketing research agencies. I've previously done that in the past. I've worked for agencies where I've had to find research information for companies. So yeah, there's different ways of finding trends in the market. And also speaking to customers as well, like I mentioned previously. You want to know what the customers really want, so therefore, you want to see how they're using these latest fashion. So this way, speaking to the customers really helps in realizing the trends in the market.
Okay. So you've mentioned, I'm just going back to the previous questions that we've had. You've mentioned that you've done presentation skills, but can you tell us about your writing skills as well?
Writing skills. Well, when I came out of school, I got an A star in writing in English. But not only did I gain this qualification, but I further improved this qualification by doing further communication degrees. This helped me, improve my communication whilst working in a group project. And so yeah, and also writing. In terms of writing, I've also worked for agencies in the past where I've had to write for companies on their behalf. So yeah, it's really improved my knowledge on writing.
Okay. And do you have any questions for us?
I don't. What time? When will I be notified of when I?
Okay. So after this interview, you will be notified during the weekdays.
During the week.
So in about 2 to 3 working days.
Okay.
So you should hear from us via email.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
I have nothing else, but I've also worked in sales, not just marketing as well. So I've also worked in sales.
Also good to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.